open up heaven. I question stressing my intelligence, depressing negligence. Too many cats pulling petty gas to open up my presidents. Too many steps to be dead in. The precious descent for the pleasures of skins. I'm only in this to win. I'm tired of getting this agenda. Got my head spinning like rims. It's mandatory. And no one's hands is on me. He has a plan for glory. So how can I spam a story? Best my days pass. Left with 7 days to rap. Weekly ways for cash. You just speak of purple haze and hash. And these days is limited. Ask for God to finish it. Tired of being lost and minutes. Kids to start betting biz. The Lord gave me direction. When I came with the question, He gave me knowledge perfection. He gave me peace when I confess sin. He saved me from the streets. He was my best friend when I asked God to show me. How can I open up heavy? Gentlemen, spitting the venom, the Queen's veterans. Dark ages open some marks pages, street fellowships. All days for prayers and pissy hallways. Crack smoke filling the air as Biggie Smalls plays in the staircase amongst dogs and open beer case. Younger heads sweating Yoda, they sipping Coronas. They respond with any way. You should be intelligent, John. You wanna be a reverend, so we get to searching for years. But no answers to their questions then. The cipher was deep, feel how God disciples me. Talk about religion, how the Bible looked out like weed. 2 hours past now, gay track to pass down. Set your piece, keep it throw in the streets, give a jab out. Without the building, so hot, sweat started tripping. Heard a voice to my left. Who that John? Let's send these shoulders on these benches. I came and showed affection, but was braided with extensions. But you read it. I sat next to one that's asking questions. You got a Bible? Do you believe it? I asked, where's all the quarter to her face? She said she heard of Jesus. Church and raping, no watching the kids building Legos. The phantom of man, Chris took his off from played him, yo. You was sent to prison. If you didn't pray a visit, she pushed on your head so your brain never extension to watch these passes. A lot only get left after the rapture. Damn, read the chapters. See for yourself and your spirit until your answer. First shorty was quiet. Steady focus on the photo license. Making faces squinching and turning, cause the braids are getting tighter. Other girls pray for me. I really open call the bravery. The smell came on my face, it showed down brace. See my eyes begin to conversate in the name of Jesus. Peace of the spirit, I see your faces. The side of the step, 3 kids of water gun text and shoulder sneakers. She ever stop playing, and now she getting valid. Watch you niggas crack the fire hydrant. Little kids in the water fight, kid. Today was my day, I'm feeling real mellow. I know Jesus felt good about the hood, a witness to the ghetto. Shout out to everybody in New York City, Atlanta, Villa Rica, Lawrenceville, Alpharetta, Marietta, Stone Mountain, Decatur, Columbus, all around out there, Bankhead, Buckhead, Estonia, Smyrna, you know what I'm saying? Dunwoody, Sandy Springs, Doraville, everywhere, bro. Facts. Hempstead, Uniondale, Queens, Freeport, Roosevelt, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, everywhere in Suffolk County, Mount Vernon, and of course, New Jersey. Shout out to Yonkers, too. This is Gem Star. What's good? What's good? Dropping Gems TV. How's everybody out there? Beautiful day. I'm on my little deck out here in the back. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a view of everything. I'm out here in Villa Rica, Georgia. Got a new location. You know? New location. I'm no longer in Atlanta. I'm out here in Villa Rica now, you know? Got a little crib. You know? Shout out to Maria. She the one to help me with that, you know what I mean? With the finances and all that, you know what I mean? Because my credit, man, my credit was crazy. Still building my stuff up. I'm keeping the buck, man. Maria, love you. Shout out to her, you know what I mean? As everybody else, man. So what's up, y'all? Y'all ready for this little versus battle with Fat Joe and Ja Rule? Who y'all got y'all chances with? Can't front. I like Ja Rule, man. I'm going for Queens. I'm Queens, you know what I mean? But Fat Joe got some sleepers, yo. You got a lot of sleepers, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be a good one because you got a lot of hits people sleeping on. And everybody looking forward to hear Ja Rule make a comeback. He got a lot of classics that people overlooked and forgot about, you know? So that's gonna be a good battle. I'm going for Queens though. Shout out to Hollis, you know? But yeah, man. Everybody in New York nervous, man, because they forced to make a decision now, you know what I mean? People nervous about their jobs, yo, like, dag, yo, they gotta sacrifice their health for a job. That's the talk of the town right now, you know what I mean? They trying to figure this out. They looking at things like how biblically it's kind of set up like how the mark of the beast is set up. You know, this may not be, but it could be parallel to it. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people talk on a different podcasts. Where you stand on that? You know what I mean? I mean, are you willing to sacrifice for a piece of money or to continue life as usual, just to go to a club or to travel, but you don't really know all that's within? Are you willing to risk your health just to maintain luxury? That's the question, yo. It's also a time for those who're supposed to be religious to make a stand too. God brought you this far. If you really live in what you claim you repping, you shouldn't worry about nothing. If you choose to not make a certain choice, a certain decision, to follow protocol, you shouldn't have to worry about the consequences because your life is not yours anyway. It's God's. You know what I'm saying? Your temple ain't yours, it's God's. So your real life is with God up in heaven. This is temporary here anyway. There's no promise that we're going to see today or the end of the day. You know what I mean? A lot of people lose their lives left and right out here. Everything is backwards. Everything's flip-flopped out here. So if God promised you mansions, and God promised you eternal life, if God promised you all the other stuff, what you got to worry about? What you fearing for? If He said He's going to be with you and He's going to provide for you, regardless if you lose your job. Look at how the scriptures say, the birds in the air. Look at the flowers, how the animals are eating. If He yours, He going to make a way regardless. He'll make the impossible possible. It's just according to your faith. How much do you believe? I know I look contradicted because I'm defiling my temple with this little cigar here, Black and Mild. But that's something I gotta live with. Are you willing to give off your addictions? Are you willing to cancel the pleasures of this world and willing to go without? Are you willing to sacrifice? It's also alternate means too. You don't always gotta follow protocol. A lot of people ain't even really trying to work these days. People trying to be independent, you know? People trying to get on social media, people working online. Everything is digital now, so there's other alternate ways of making money instead of going to that 9 to 5 that you never liked anyway. You know what I'm saying? You always complain for years and years and years that you want to get up out of that job that you in. So now's your chance. Opportunity to live what you're saying. I mean, stack up what you could. Live off the barter system. Get with those that's like-minded as you. And start a coalition, that's the case. You know what I'm saying? If you cook, that person clean, combine together. If that person, you know, sell garments or whatever like that, like sneakers, and you provide the shirts, you should be good money. You should have to worry about nothing. You know how to grow your own crops. You know how to scale a fish. You know how to hunt. Learn now if you don't know how. Act like you going hunting. Live off the grid. If that's the case. Get your little ammo, bows and arrow. Learn how to swim if you can't swim. And practice going hunting. Go camping and see how much you can survive. If you want to avoid the whole digital currency, you'll win. You'll still survive. You still live. But we all got to make a choice. And we got to make a stand for what we rep. It's no different. You in enemy terrain. You got to think like you a soldier now. And you in foreign land. Like you out there in Afghanistan or something like that. You don't comply with their systematic ways and structure. Because you're in enemy terrain, right? You're American. You're not out there like a civilian in a foreign land. There's a lot of things don't apply to you. Soldier, you're here for a certain purpose only. So accomplish that purpose. That's all I'm saying. Don't live in fear. Your general said he got your back and he got you. And he confident that he got you. Well, you gotta trust him, just like how it is being a soldier. You know what I mean? You gotta trust your leader. If he said he confident, he already won this is easy. You know what I'm saying? He already won his mission. It's not even a threat with the enemy. What you scared for? If he already beat the game, you just going through. It's just a rerun for you. That's all I'm saying. Now's the time when people gotta abide by what they say. Trusting God the Father and not everybody else, because everybody else is going to lead you astray. Only follow God's commands. He's your commander in chief. You don't follow anybody else's commands for your life. If he's ordering your steps, he got a path, he got the compass to show you how to maneuver and how to win your way out of foreign terrain. You got to trust him, because he already defeated his foes. You know what I mean? And you with him, you abide with him. You got to trust in what he's saying. You don't go astray, and when you start going astray, that's how you fall in all these ditches. That's how you fall into these landmines and different booby traps that's out there. So, if he died for you, if you're a follower of him, you can't do the same and die for him. If you follow that path. If he provided all this time for you, all your life and your kids' life or whatever. And all this is a basic instruction for you to follow. You want to just turn on him after what he did for you and all he did for you. You lived your life already. He's the one, Alpha Omega, he's the one who gives life. He can resurrect. He can heal. He can provide. He can make your enemies bless you. And they'll understand why they bless you. That's the favor and that's the grace and the power of God, Christ. So, when you seek God first, in all your ways acknowledge him, he's going to direct your paths and order your steps regardless of what is out there. Regardless of what distraction or what pitfalls and setups and traps is out there for you. He prepares a table amongst your enemies. Go and tread upon your feet. If you follow that, thank God for that. I thank God for his word. I thank God for his mercy each day for even allowing me. I even know I'm supposed to be, I never planned to be in this location where I'm at. I ain't putting out one dime to be where I'm at. People blessed me. And I'm grateful for it and appreciate it. But that shows you how God will work and order your steps and provide for you when you give things to him. He gave me a whole 3-bedroom crib in a beautiful neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Without paying a dime. No scamming, no scheming, no nothing. People just looked out for me and was willing to look out for me. That's how God's favor is not fair. Favor is not fair. You know what I'm saying? You want to get in God's favor. Don't take God for granted. Don't take his mercies for granted. And I be doing that. I be taking God's mercy for granted sometimes. It's like I be using God as a rabbit's foot. You know what I mean? Because I know God is real. I know God is the Alpha and Omega. I know he resurrected. And I've seen over and over again how he covered and spared my life and my family's life. And I've been using him as a lucky charm. Like, taken for granted. No one want to be taken for granted. Nobody want to, you know what I'm saying? Be looked at as being unappreciated. You know what I'm saying? For all the things they did for that person. You know? So if he did all that for you, you can abide and do little small things for him. If you can't, get that selfishness out your mind. Get that fear out your mind if you fear. God told you not to fear nothing. He said he with you. He said, be not dismayed, he's your God. And he gonna strengthen you and help you and hold you. But you gotta believe that. You gotta trust and obey and not listen to what other people say. Don't look at what other people go through. You keep your eyes focused on your commander. Don't look at what's left and what's right. You keep your eyes above these clouds, man. That's how you keep a clear mind. And you don't have to worry. See how these birds are living and flying around in freedom? That's how you want to live. Freedom. Straight peace. Peace surpasses all understanding. That's what he said. We need peace. There's always going to be destruction. A lot of destruction. A lot of people. A lot of things we just put on ourselves. Consequences. Don't look at everybody else's consequences applied on your life. A lot of things they put on themselves because of the dirt and the evil they did, including this whole country. You know what I mean? He said he already gave you the blueprint and how things is going to be. He gave you an open book answers to the test. It's up to you to write down and jot down the answers. Read the answers so you won't live all confused. You know what I'm saying? Stop fearing the unknown. And if you gotta lose this life, you get it regardless anyway if you say it. You're gonna be living eternal. This is just temporary. Don't sell out for temporary gain. People sell their soul just to watch a baseball game. People sell their soul just for piece of money so they can have a chain. So they can be that dude and get all this so-called money. They ain't gonna mean nothing because everything is digital. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bankrupt the system, man. He's trying to change up the whole currency globally. It's like you get down and lay down. You know? You hear all these stories about FEMA camps and other stuff. Listen, people in the back in the days in the Bible suffered for Christ. And it was worthy for the game because look, they coming back for vengeance. They got their mansions. They got eternal life. You know what I'm saying? They got eternal life. And they're going to be coming back against their enemies if you believe that. You believe that no weapon formed against you is going to prosper. But you got to really believe that, receive that in your heart and your spirit, and change the way you think. Change how you feeding off of things. Get off of these frequencies. Listen to CNN, Fox 5, and all these other podcasts and conspiracy theories. Get off of all of that. Renew your mind. Get that distractions out your life. Whoever's in your ear that's so negative, you gotta start separating yourself from people that's not gonna benefit you spiritually. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be by yourself. By yourself, sometimes you be having more peace when you're on your lonely. You're not lonely when you're by yourself. You're just alone, but you're not lonely. It's two separate things. You just separate it for a reason, to get rid of negative people, because negative people bring forth foolish, negative energy. You don't want gossip is all around you. You don't want people causing beef and strife all up on you. You don't want people that's stealing from you. You know what I'm saying? That affect the way you think. The music you listen to. And you wonder why police profile you. You know what I'm saying? You wonder why you get profiled. What you feeding on? Who you around? Who you around, what you feeding on, that's what you become. What you keep speaking out of your heart, that's what you become. So if you negative and you always constantly looking at negative things, from the music to movies to people around you to news and all that stuff, guess what's going to come out of you? You gotta clean your system out. That way you can change the results in your life. Just like if you hang around broke people all the time, you gonna be broke. You hang around successful people, wealthy is all about strategizing, creating ways to make money. You want to see the outcome pouring in your life because birds of the feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. That's just the way you're set up. You know, you're around genuine people, you're gonna be genuine in your heart, and people want to see that. So, a good reputation is better than money. Don't compromise for money. Money ain't shit. A good reputation, your rep is everything. How you live is everything. And I learned that the hard way. I did a lot of trifling things in my life and contradictions, but I ain't afraid to admit those flaws and work on these flaws. I did things against my family that I'm not proud of. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of trust issues. I hurt because I was hurt. But I had to learn to try to reprogram and get self-counsel and therapy and separate myself from those that's continue feeding me on that same energy. I had to do all of that stuff. You know? And isolation sometimes will benefit you. You get to know who you are. You get to know your flaws and weaknesses. When you're around too many people all the time and you're doing so much stuff and you're trying to work 24/7, 9 to 5s, you be clouded, you be drained, and you don't know yourself. You be stressed out. You're not living. You're looking all old. Your youth is gone. Your body, your health decayed because you following the protocol of the way the system is. You following the masses. See, a lot of people scared to be leaders. A lot of people scared to make decisions on their own. Ain't no creativity. Learning to be creative and stand out on yourself. That's what makes you you. That's what makes them them. Your identity and the way you made up is to serve a purpose to help the next person and lead them out of the ditch. You know what I'm saying? We all on this world for a purpose, man. Everybody got a purpose. We're not living here just to exist. And that's all I'm saying. God is with you, fear nothing. He for you, whom what could be against you? This world about to be destroyed and everything in it. God creating a new world. You know what I'm saying? This system right here, this beast system, they trying to destroy the way things used to be. Back when drummers and all, but they trying to change up the way the game is played. They trying to destroy everything about how things was. Everything's on the new. So we got to renew our minds. We got to destroy our old way of thinking. We got to destroy our old lifestyle. People that ain't for us, so we got to destroy those type of conversations. Anything that's going to remind us of the past, we got to destroy that and start fresh. Renew yourself. Clean yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's a process. Because the amount of years that you've been embedded and becoming one way, it's going to take the same amount, if not more sometimes, to change. Killing off habits, addictions, start repairing relationships, writing off your wrongs, apologizing for the offenses you cause other people, and forgiving others for their offenses. Are you going to ask God to forgive you when you can't forgive somebody else for their offense? God ain't going to hear your prayer on that. You gotta start being obedient to his word and take full advantage of his grace as far as being offered now. Because his grace ain't always gonna be there for you. I'm seeing that more and more. So that's all. I mean, y'all got your own theory. That's just my theory. That's how I come in on. You know what I mean? I'm signing off. That's it. I ain't got really nothing else to say. You know what I mean? Trust God for everything. If you choose to do that, hey, that's on you. If you choose not to, don't worry about it. God got you. He gonna hold you down. You gotta believe that and apply that for yourself. Alright? Easy.